What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Q&A session where today we have lots of questions to go through. So thank you so much, guys, for sending in your questions. If you guys have any Dragon Ball related questions of your own, drop them down below in case you guys want to go ahead and ask me any sort of Dragon Ball related questions. And with that being said, Dragon Ball Super episode 57 was possibly the best Dragon Ball episode I've seen thus far. And with that being said, let's go on to your questions and not waste any time, beginning with the very first question, that being from Manu. I love you, Unreal. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Question number 1. If Black and Zamasu have the Potara earrings, do you think they will fuse to take on Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, since Zamasu is an immortal god? That'd be very interesting. Question 2. Is Beerus aware of Super Saiyan Rose transformation? I think that he'll be eager to fight, as he hasn't fought in years. Question 3. Do you think Cell will be revived with a golden form just like Frieza? Question 4. What if the Super Saiyan Rose form does have a second Super Saiyan God transformation? Do you think Goku will be able to unlock this kind of immense power? Please answer this. You are the best. Peace. Thank you so much. And again, guys, if you guys differ from my opinion, you guys can go ahead and comment down below as to what you guys think in relation to these questions. Now, to answer your first question, I think we all want to see Black and Zamasu fuse, given the circumstance they both have the earrings on their left ear, so it'll only make sense for one of them to like pull it off and clip it onto the right side, therefore fusing. Now, however, if they were to use this Potara fusion and fuse to fight someone like Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, in which case we don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, anything could happen at this point, but if Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta happens to be a thing and fusion does come about and we do see Zamasu and Black fuse, I don't see them fusing unless their situation is very dire. And what I mean by that is Black and Zamasu having to come across a very dire situation to where they even feel outmatched, thus fusing their bodies. I can definitely see that happening. However, in terms of Zamasu being immortal, we're going to find out firsthand during episode 58 what exactly is going to happen. But I think that if Black and Zamasu were to use the Potara fusion, that would be very dangerous. That would be very, very dangerous, considering the fact that Zamasu and Black are very strong separately. Now imagine together. I mean, that would be a very scary situation. But if Black and Zamasu were to use the Potara fusion going up against someone like Gogeta, that would be so cool, because on one hand you have the Potara fusion and on the other hand we have the Metamarise fusion, so that would be pretty cool to see. But given that circumstance, I think that Black and Zamasu would have to be pushed back into a corner in order for them to resort to fusing together. So to answer your second question, is Beerus aware of Super Saiyan Rose? No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody was aware of this Super Saiyan Rose transformation until Black first showed it off to Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. Will he be eager to fight? I think so. I mean, he hasn't fought in many, many months. He hasn't fought in quite a while. The last time he technically fought was when he was wearing Monaka's costume in order to, you know, stray Goku away from, you know, thinking that Monaka was the strongest. But I think that Beerus ought to fight Black, because Beerus has been itching for a fight for such a long time. Don't you guys agree? And he's been preparing and wanting Goku to prepare to where he can actually achieve his fullest and just achieve a lot of power and ultimately enough be able to rival Beerus. And Beerus is looking for that. Beerus is looking for someone to rival him in power. And even after having to have his premonition of this, you know, Super Saiyan God-like figure who's going to come into his life and push him to his very limit, I mean, that is yet to happen. So what a way to have Black fight Beerus and have them showcase that fight, because that'll really solidify how strong Super Saiyan Rose would be, having to go up against the Hakaioshin. So I think Beerus and Black would be a great fight to see. Is he aware of the Super Saiyan Rose transformation? No, I don't think so. To answer your third transformation about Cell, will Cell be revived with a golden form? No, absolutely not. It's not happening. We can all imagine and write fanfics about it and create our own mangas, but in terms of it happening within Toei and Akira Toriyama's, you know, work, it's never gonna happen. Is Cell capable of achieving a golden form similar to Frieza? Well, I don't see why not, right? Because he does have Frieza's DNA, right? He does make up of Frieza's cells, so I wouldn't see why wouldn't he be able to achieve that if he were to train as well. But can you imagine that for a second, like Golden Cell? That'd be kind of like weird, but it'll look really cool for him to come back and be like, Goku, I've achieved Golden Form too. It'd be like, what the hell? But in terms of him actually coming back, it'll never happen. So, and to answer your final question, do I think Goku will ever be able to unlock such immense power in terms of Super Saiyan Rose or a second godlike transformation? That is very, very up in the air right now because, I mean, I do think that there might be another transformation even far beyond Super Saiyan Blue. In terms of Goku unlocking Rose, I don't think he should ever do that because if he were to do that, it'll kind of kill the momentum of Black having it. And I think Black should be the only one to have Super Saiyan Rose, right? In terms of there being another transformation, if that were to be the case, I think that Goku ought to up it up and, you know, have like a different design rather than just have a different color. Perhaps even have his tail back or something like that. I don't know, like just keep it unique and different in terms of it being like the final stage of a Super Saiyan God. But is it possible? Sure. I mean, it's not impossible to believe that, but as of right now, it's really all up in the air because we don't know what's going to exactly happen in the coming future. So, but anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a fantastic day, bro. Now moving on to the next question, which is from VitoZD. Thank you for all the videos. These are my questions, and I hope they don't sound stupid, so sorry. And trust me, man, there is no question that I believe is too stupid enough to ask, so just ask away, guys. Question number 1, what do you think if Gohan becomes Super Saiyan Blue? Question number 2, when do you think we will be in the multi-Omniverse tournament? Okay. Question number 3, do you think Goku will be Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken in Multiverse Tournament, or will he reach a new level? Here are my questions, and again, thank you for the video. Sorry if my questions are stupid, and please put them in the video if you want. Thank you, man. Well, Gohan being a Super Saiyan Blue, I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. I'm sorry. Gohan is finished. Gohan is done. It'll be awesome to see him have that form, but I can't see it happening anymore. I'm sorry. I don't want to entirely give up on Gohan, but I've given up on Gohan at least 97%. There is 3% of me that's like, alright, maybe the kid will actually achieve something and become great again. But as of right now, the rest of me, 97% of me is saying, hell no, Gohan is a secondary character. He's just in the background. He's a family man, and just let it be. So, in terms of us seeing Gohan have some sort of role in the tournament, it never happened. Having a role within the Black arc hasn't happened yet. I mean, we don't know if he's going to have any sort of involvement later, but as of right now, nothing. So in terms of Gohan becoming a Super Saiyan Blue, not happening. I'm sorry. Now, to answer your second question, when will the multi-universal tournament happen? Well, I mean, we're all assuming it's going to happen after this, right? Not like directly after this, but like maybe it's going to take some time for us to get into, possibly starting roughly around like November-ish, and then carrying on forward, because I do think we're going to have some filler in between. But I think that this multiversal tournament is going to be the last thing that's going to be showcased in Super. Hopefully I'm wrong, but since this is going to involve all the universes, I think that this is going to be on a much bigger scale, and I think it's going to be like the be-all, end-all for Dragon Ball Super, at least in my opinion, that is. And to answer your final question, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken in the Omniverse tournament. Well, who's to really say that Goku isn't going to dish that out now against Black, right? I mean, but also, who's to say that Black doesn't really know the Kaioken either? Can you imagine that? Super Saiyan Rose Kaioken times 10? That's scary. So, just like the Kamehameha Wave, just like the Instant Transmission, Black already knows those moves, and so who's to say he doesn't really know the Kaioken either? But in terms of Goku using it during the Omniverse tournament, he's going to have to, right? I mean, if he's going to be fighting all sorts of beings and entities out there who are just supremely powerful in terms of ranking, he's gonna have to do something, right? I mean, I might be wrong, or will he reach a new level? Well, if he does reach a new level, you're gonna have to ask yourself, like, when will this happen, how will it happen, and would it make sense? You can't really just have Goku achieve this level, this brand new level, without there being any meaning to it. So, do I think it's gonna happen at the multiversal tournament? I don't want to say yes, but I have a feeling that we will see something different. So, but anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a very awesome day, my friend. Now, moving on to the next question, which is from Marcel. Hi, I have some questions. Question number 1, who is stronger, Super Saiyan 4 Goku or Super Saiyan Blue Goku? Oh my god, the comment section is about to go crazy. Question number 2, could Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta defeat Beerus? Hope you can answer my questions. Keep up the great work, man. I really like your videos. Thank you so much. I thank all of you guys for you know, telling me these things and just appreciating my content. Thank you so much. Now, like, this is where things are gonna get crazy. All right, so please hear me out, guys. Before people start going ape shit in the comment section, please hear me out. If anybody out there feels differently, comment down below. Don't you guys think, logically speaking, that if Super Saiyan Blue came before Super Saiyan 4 in terms of timeline, in terms of Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT coming after, and the 10-year time gap, don't you guys believe that Super Saiyan 4 would be immensely stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, for the reason being that Goku was training with Oob, Goku had been training even after the 10-year gap. The entire time he's fought people like General Rildo, he's consistently been improving and honing his craft. Don't you guys think that even after the present timeline that we have now, 10 years down the road, Goku would be stronger? You have to also look at it like, Goku wouldn't be on the same level 10 years down the road that he is now, right? So I do want to say, I personally do want to say that Super Saiyan 4 is stronger, because 10 years from now, Goku becomes, and he trains, you know, really, really hard, and he becomes very strong. Because you also have to look at it like, you know, 10 years from now, like, is that person going to remain the same? Absolutely not. Like, that's like saying Goku's going to stay the same 10 years from now and still have the same power. No, Goku's going to improve. But there's something about Super Saiyan Blue that I think puts it above Super Saiyan 4. And I do think it might be the God energy, the God Ki, and the fact that it's very divine and it's very rare to obtain that kind of power. And ultimately enough, we've seen Goku push himself, even combating the likes of Beerus when he was a Super Saiyan Red or Super Saiyan God, and just shaking the entire, you know, universe. And so I do want to say that Super Saiyan Blue is stronger because of the unnatural divine ki that it has with it. But then again, Super Saiyan 4 is 10 years after all of this. 10 years after the Black Arc, 10 years after the Omni tournament, 10 years after everything that's going on right now, Goku achieves this, and he fights Baby and all that kind of stuff. Unless, of course, they begin to change things towards the end of Super going into GT. Perhaps maybe they change some stuff. But I really want to say that Super Saiyan Blue is a little bit more superior than Super Saiyan 4 because of its divine ki, because of its power alterations, and the fact that it's really hard to achieve. Thus, in this little particular argument, I'm going to have to go with Super Saiyan Blue. Don't kill me, guys. Now, to answer your final question, now here's an easy one. Beerus is strong. Beerus is very strong. Beerus is dangerous. Beerus is the god of destruction, right? He is at a very high tier. But we also have to look at the fact that Gogeta, combining two Super Saiyan 4s, would have such power. He was toying with Omega. And the way Gogeta was fighting Omega, it seemed as if he was just merely like just playing with him. It was sad. And thus we can't say that Gogeta is a weakling, because he never even displayed 5% of his power against Omega, and he managed to beat him down badly. So between Gogeta and Beerus, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I think, beats Beerus. And that's because of the immense pressure, the immense power that Super Saiyan 4 Fusion would have. And thus, I believe that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would pressure Beerus into using all of his power. But towards the very end of this fight, I'm going to have to go with Gogeta. In terms of Whis, however, or Vadus, or the Daishinkan, which are ranked among the top 5 in the entire multiverse, that's a little bit different. I would have to lean more towards those guys over Gogeta. But Gogeta over Beerus, or even Gogeta versus Champa, Gogeta, I think, stands tall. You guys don't understand how strong Gogeta was. He never displayed anything. He was toying around with Omega, literally. And I think that like up against someone like Beerus, he wouldn't be forced to toy around. I think that he would be forced to use more of his power. But in terms of him having to fight Beerus to the death and having to realize his time limit, I'm gonna have to go with Gogeta on this one. Like 100 times Big Bang Kamehameha, unleashing Kaioken and stuff like that would be dangerous as hell. So I'm gonna have to go with Gogeta on this one. But anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a blessed day, bro. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Peter. I have 3 questions. Question 1, if you can fuse with any Dragon Ball character, who would you fuse with? Question number 2, if you had to make the choice of training with either Goku or Vegeta, who would you pick and why? Question 3, if you can transform into any Super Saiyan form, both canon, non-canon, or fan-made, which would you pick and why? Thanks for reading, and your channel is great. I'm relatively a new subscriber who found you on Instagram, believe it or not, and I enjoy your content, as entertaining, as interesting as it is. Keep it up, man. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Now, to answer your first question, if I can fuse with any Dragon Ball character, who would it be? Alright, well, I have 3 picks here. If I can fuse with anybody, it would either be Goku, so I would definitely fuse with Goku. If not Goku, I would want to fuse with Goku. My secondary character would have to be Beerus, because Beerus just seems like he would grant you so much divine power, and the fact that you have a Nintendo someone like Whis, you know, just catering to your needs and stuff. So I think that'd be pretty cool. And the last person that I would honestly kind of love to fuse with, just because he is one of my favorite characters right now within the show, is Black. And I love Black so much for his demeanor, for his ways of focus, for his immense power, for his demeanor. So I would have to vote for Black. So like, call me Black Alex or Alex Black. That'd be pretty funny. To answer your second question, train with Goku or Vegeta and why? Alright, well, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm gonna have to go with Goku, because don't you guys feel as if Goku would actually train with you? He would actually put in the time. Vegeta just seems like he's in it for himself, but having a look at Goku's resume, he was training with Oob for quite some time. He's been training with Gohan, the Time Chamber. He's allowed people to grow in powers. So I would love to learn from Goku, learn the Kamehameha, learn, you know, Super Saiyan and stuff like that. And ultimately enough, be pushed to my limit, because I know that Goku's kind and Goku's gentle, and Goku would ultimately be there for you. And as opposed to Vegeta, he would just beat the shit out of you and expect you to get up and expect you to do all these things. And if you progress, he doesn't really care because he's in it for himself. So I'm going to have to vote for Goku on that one. Now, to answer your final question, which form would I like to transform into? Well, I would love to transform into everything, but I would love to transform into a Super Saiyan Blue, a Super Saiyan 5, because the way Super Saiyan 5 looked in Dragon Ball AF was just sick. And so I would have to vote for Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan 5, and quite possibly Super Saiyan 3, because Super Saiyan 3, like, you have like that majestic look, you have like the rigid eyebrows, and you have like the long hair and stuff. It'd be pretty cool, and you're a little bit more buffed up. So those would have to be my picks. But anyways, Mr. Peter, thank you for the questions, and I truly do appreciate it. And once again, guys, thank you all for watching this episode of Dragon Ball Q&A. Don't worry, more episodes are coming, so if you guys have any questions of your own to ask me, drop them down below. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more daily uploads. If you guys enjoyed the Q&A ultimately enough, don't forget to punch that like button square in the face, interact with one another down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Take it easy, guys. Peace.